All right. So I'm practicing with my video camera. Say hi. Good morning. Here's some of our hats off preparation.
We don't need to say who donated.
Okay.
It's written
in the book. I'm practicing with my video
It's written
camera.
in the book, so yeah.
Which part?
That's recording. So I'm recording right now. Okay. There. Now we're recording. Yeah. Now we're recording.
600, no, 600, 600, 600. How about 550, man? Stunner, here she is.
In January 2005, we discovered we were pregnant again. And remembering how perfect my first pregnancy was, we were so excited to do it again. Almost immediately, I knew this pregnancy was going to be very different. I was experiencing day-long morning sickness, losing weight, and struggling to keep anything down. I remember jokingly asking my sister-in-law, Leanne, who's on the auxiliary, if it was maybe twins. And oh no, no twins on either side of the family was the response. Well, in February, at a regular checkup, it was confirmed I was carrying twins. Through the next 4 months, the sickness went away. I was eating and gaining weight and starting to feel double the kicks as we prepared to bring home 2 more babies. On June 14th, I went into a 24-week checkup to find out that I was 5 centimeters dilated and that the babies were coming sooner than expected. Throughout all the craziness of the next few hours, I was never more terrified in my entire life than that moment. Little did I know that this was just the beginning of a roller coaster ride that would never end. I eventually ended up at a hospital in San Diego, where I somehow managed, with the help of positioning, medicine, and prayer, to keep the girls in for another 4 weeks. When we finally hit 28 weeks, I thought we had made it over the hurdle. The girls would be okay. But on Saturday, July 9th, I woke up to find my water had broken, and I was 1 day shy of 29 weeks, and there was no way to keep them in any longer. Michaela Nicole was born at 5 p.m., weighing 3 pounds. Casey Lynn, 1 minute later, at 3 pounds, 5 ounces. Within 24 hours, the doctors were commenting at how well they were already doing, breathing on their own. We were finally getting off the 4-week-long roller coaster ride. Or were we? Monday afternoon came around and doctors wanted to do head ultrasounds on the girls. We were told with how well they were already doing, this was just a precautionary measure done on all infants born this early. This is where the relationship with Rady's began. Within minutes, our whole world was shaken to the core. We were told that they both had brain damage. At this point, we didn't know how severe, but thought that it would be okay. It has to. And over the next few weeks, every single test done on the girls brought news worse than the previous one. After so many lows, we just got to a point where we were numb. We were learning the kind of things about our children that no parent should ever have to learn. The final diagnosis for Casey was severe bilateral periventricular leukomalacia, which is also known as PVL. The technical definition is very hard for me to understand and much less explain, but it's basically holes all over her brain. The holes are areas where the brain has been injured and is no longer present. They told us we could compare her brain to a slice of Swiss cheese. She also had a grade 1 germinal matrix hemorrhage, which is a brain bleed that is confined to the germinal matrix part of her brain. Michaela was also diagnosed with severe bilateral PVL, a grade 3 intraventricular hemorrhage, which is a brain bleed that enlarges her ventricles. This also led to hydrocephalus, which is water on the brain. Without surgery, her hydrocephalus would have led to her death. Her head was swelling and she needed a way to divert the cerebrospinal fluid out of her brain. After discovering just how severe Michaela's condition was, we took our biggest blow yet. We experienced a conversation that almost destroyed us. We were told that we should consider letting Michaela go. My husband immediately said if God wants her, he will take her. We are not giving her up. And I felt the same way, but was so terrified that I could barely speak. This was definitely the lowest point of our journey. How could this happen to us? What did we do wrong? What did Michaela and Casey do wrong? A few days later, we met with Dr. Hal Meltzer, a pediatric neurosurgeon at Rady Children's Hospital. When we broke down in his office and told the news that we had just received, he said, "How do they know?" He went on to explain how complex the brain was and that no one could tell what the future held for anyone, especially Michaela. It was at that moment that I had a sort of epiphany. I realized that Michaela and Casey's future was unknown. If we lined up the best team of doctors, specialists, therapists, teachers to stand behind them, their future could be anything. And so our mission began to find the best for them. At that point, I still didn't know how crucial Rady Children's Hospital would be in providing everything that we were looking for, which was the best. Dr. Hal Meltzer would be only the first of many at Rady's to guide us on our path. He first operated on Michaela on August 12, 2005, when he placed a VP shunt in her brain to regulate the flow of cerebrospinal fluid. This would be the first surgery, but we were nowhere near her last. In almost 4 years, she has had over 10 VP shunt-related surgeries. We have also had and continue to have exceptional experiences with many different systems inside of Rady's, including radiology, cardiology, gastroenterology, ophthalmology, spasticity, rehab, orthopedic, nutrition, speech, audiology, dermatology, neurology, dentistry, and so many visits to the emergency room. Even though all of the departments focus on different specialties, the one constant throughout all of them is the level of care and compassion that we have seen in them. Today we are here supporting the NICU at Rady Children's Hospital. This is the core of where all of their services begin. But really, no matter what service you're getting, you know your child is there with the best, and they are receiving the best services possible. And I know this because Rady's has been with me since my girls were born, and they've grown with my children. Rady's Children's Hospital began as the backbone in our fight to give Michaela and Casey the future that they deserve. Now they're our family. Without a doubt, we are where we are today because of the care and compassion and support and strength and everything else that Rady's has provided us. And I know the roller coaster ride we are on will never end. But thanks to Rady's, we spend a lot more time on the top, and when we do fall down, Rady's is there to pick us up again. Now I want to introduce you guys to my kids. This is Michaela, Nicole, and this is Casey Lynn. Our oldest, who is 5, is at home with the chicken pox. They are doing so well today. They're in school. They go to a preschool in Vista that is amazing. We've got their teachers all here today to support them. They receive therapy, swimming, they go horseback riding every week, and they are doing so well. With where we were at 4 years ago, I would have never guessed that we would be here today with them as good as we are. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Laura. Thank you. Wow, that takes courage, and we so appreciate you taking the time to share that story. As I mentioned, so many of us have been touched by Rady.